Lamborghini Veneno. Since we have a opportunity to win this car through limited time series that's currently going on, there's still 5 days left on the event, as you can see here. By the time this video gets uploaded, there might be only 4 days left. But in this video, I want to talk about the exclusive series the car is featured in. Obviously, you have to get the car fully upgraded to gain the entry into this exclusive series. There it is. And this car is very expensive to fully upgrade. As I mentioned in the series overview for the limited time series, in this one I'll just kind of go over the exclusive series here featuring this car to show you guys what's in the series. So before you fully upgrade this car, you can kind of get an idea of whether you care to go that far with this car, because the full upgrading this car will cost you grand total of 2,105 gold plus 6,831,400 racing dollars. Of course, that is if you're starting from zero upgrade, brand new, and the cost of the car itself is 900. And this car is featured in a couple of other series that features other cars other than Veneno, so there you can take advantage of the showcase discount, which is 20% off. So you can get it for 720 gold if you miss out on like a limited time series, basically, because right now current limited time series does require PR 84.6, which means you have to spend 1,050 gold. Of course, the benefit is you get a lot of the upgrades as you're winning the car. I know you still have to spend another 1,000 or so in order to gain access to this exclusive series. My recommendation is, if you can win the car now, and if you like the car, then sure, yeah, it's winning is by far the best way to get this car, rather than buying it outright. Or through the showcase discount, because then through limited time series, you're winning the car for free, and you're essentially paying for upgrades, which you're gonna need anyway if you wanna really go anywhere with these cars, right? So, yeah. So even after you win the car through limited time series, you'll have to spend another like 1,050 gold or something close to it. So not a cheap car. So I'll just kind of run through the exclusive series here. Just show you. I'm not going to actually race any race, and not in this video. I'll do that afterwards, but I'll just run through so you guys can kind of see for yourself whether the series itself is worthwhile, So yeah, extraordinarily rare and a celebration of Lamborghini's 50th anniversary, right? That's the Veneno. All right, it is a 20 tier exclusive series featuring 3 different time trials, and the total payout is 300 gold in total. So, you might think like, oh, 300, that's so much. Sure. But that is kind of not really that much if you think about in relation to how much you actually have to invest to unlock this series. So don't expect to actually really, gain coming out net gold positive here, because, last time I checked, 2,000 is a bit larger number than 300. So yeah. Anyway, so there's a breakdown of the 25% increment bonus rewards that you get. Now let's run through the tier by tier. Of course, exclusive series, all tiers are unlocked right away, so you don't necessarily have to go tier by tier. If you want to like quickly claim first 25 or 50% completion first, I made a separate video on this in the past. Basically, run through all the shorter events first, right? Like autocross, speed snap, drag race. Get those out of the way first, and then tackle all the like single lap events, like speed record, head to head. Most of them are single lappers, and Hunter, of course. And then after that, I would tackle. Of course, you can run through time trial at any point because you don't have to win anything. As long as you post a valid score, you're good, right? And then after that, I will probably run through elimination. And then after that, I will probably run through endurance is tricky because depending on the TSM bots that you are up against, sometimes you might be faced with a very, very difficult challenge. Or if you log off of the social media network and restart the game, you might be just you might only have to contend against the flag bots, which means the maximum distance that you typically have to go against is going to be like about 10 kilometers, which is pretty easy, especially with a fully upgraded car of any kind. So that's something that you might want to consider for endurance. So endurance can be done early on if that's the path that you take. And then finally, I'll run through the cup at the end. Or another way to think about it is as your service bar gets towards the bottom, when your service bar is down to the bare minimum, do a long race because you're going to be needing to service it anyway. So do a cup at the end, of your service bar. And then once you service it, you kind of run through it again, kind of the same idea. But fully upgraded car, you should be able to run through all the autocross and all the speed snaps without having to service, I think, as long as you can kind of knock them out of the park right away instead of having to redo. So that would be my strategy if you're in a hurry to get essentially, recoup some of the gold back. Anyway, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do it that way. So anyway, here, Tier 1, we got autocross at the 24-hour circuit. So that's, of course, the tail end of the circuit, starting right around Porsche curves, right? And Ford chicane at the end. So, yeah. And we got speed snap at the Brickyard road course. And the cup for Tier 1 at Hockenheim National, and it's going to be a 3-lapper. Moving on to Tier 2 here, we got speed record at Catalunya Club, so that's a pretty short, quick single lap. Elimination at the Leipzig Porsche Test Track, short on-road circuit, so you have to run for 2 minutes 20 seconds, basically survive, right? Probably do a few laps there, unless you're blocking the traffic up the hill. It's a good spot. And if you do that strategy, you can basically save some service bars because you can limit the amount of distance that you travel, right? Tier 2 Cup is going to be at Laguna Seca track, 3 laps. So that's a fairly short race for this car. And then Tier 3, we got head-to-head at Monza Road Course. Is it going to be a single lapper? Yes, it is. And then we got endurance at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. So depending on, your type of bots that you're up against, your distance may vary. And then we got a cup at Brands Hatch, 6-lapper. All right. And Tier 4, we got Hunter at Suzuka Grand Prix. So that's a full lap. And speed snap at Berlin Formula E circuit. And then cup for Tier 4 is going to be at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit. How many laps? 2 laps. All right, so that's not too bad. And Tier 5 is a time trial tier. This one's going to be at Hockenheim Grand Prix. Looks like if you're really good, you can wrap it up around minute 13 seconds and change. That's fast. All right. Moving on, Tier 6, we got elimination at Bathurst Mount Panorama. So once again, you got to survive for 2 minutes 20 seconds. And then we got head-to-head at Dubai Grand Prix, another single lapper head-to-head, followed by Cup at Monza Road Course, and it's going to be a 3-lap Cup. All right, Tier 7. We've got Autocross at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit, Endurance at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. So once again, your target may vary. And then the Cup for Tier 7 is going to be at Bugatti Circuit, 3 laps. And I mean, one of the, I suppose, reasons to unlock this exclusive series is that this series, of course, because it's a newer addition to the game, I mean, it's not brand new, but it's newer compared to the original series this car was featured in back in the day. Like, I don't think VERTEX series is relatively new, but not as new as this one, as in it's got, you know, some circuits it's missing, some of the newer circuits, right? So if you really have to race this car on some of the newer tracks, then, well, I guess you have to fully upgrade. Tour del Toro has been in the game for some time, so that one you're not gonna see any like thing like Berlin circuit. Anyway, Tier 8, we got Hunter at Spa, so that's a full lap. Speed record at Daytona Motorcycle Course, so that's also a full lap. And then a Cup is gonna be at Dubai Grand Prix Circuit, and it's gonna be a 3-lap Cup. Alright, so far nothing terribly extensive. Moving on to Tier 9, we got Elimination at Monza Junior Course, Autocross at Mount Panorama, so that's a hill climb, right? And then Cup for Tier 9 at Suzuka Grand Prix, and another 3-lap Cup at a Grand Prix circuit. Alright. And Tier 10, we got Time Trial at Bugatti Circuit. Alright. Moving on, Tier 11, we got a drag race at the Brickyard. Alright, it's a drag race. And we have Hunter at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, so that's a pretty short single lapper, right? Maybe it should be a medium length, that national circuits, right? Since there are definitely shorter circuits. And then the Tier 11 Cup is going to be at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix Circuit. It's going to be a 4-lap Cup. On to Tier 12. We got speed record at Catalunya National. So that's a full lap. And then we got speed snap at Nürburgring Mühlenbachschleife. So that's the tail end of that circuit through just before, I want to say, the finish line. Sort of that slight downhill. All right. And then Tier 12 Cup is going to be at Daytona Road Course. 4 laps. All right. And then Tier 13, we've got Endurance at Porsche Test Track. Long on-road circuit, so it's not really the infinite version. You would need a short on-road circuit for that one. And then we got head-to-head at Hockenheim Short. Oh, just a single lap. That's going to be a quick one. And then Cup for Tier 13 at Mount Panorama, 4 laps. So that is getting a little bit longer. All right. Tier 14, we got Hunter at Dubai Club. So that's a pretty short lap. And then Autocross at Melbourne. It's an autocross. And then the Cup for Tier 14 at Spa. And this one's going to be a 3-lapper. So maybe not as long as the one at the 4-lapper at Bathurst, right? We had a Bathurst. Yeah. And Tier 15, we got the last time trial. This one at the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit. All right, Tier 16, we got drag race at Monza Road Course, elimination at Catalunya Grand Prix, and the Cup is at Porsche Test Track, long on-road circuit, 5 laps. Of course, this track not terribly long, even though it says it's long. It's longer in comparison. to the other track variations. Anyway, we got tier 17 here, endurance at Suzuka West, speed snap at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, and the 24-hour circuit cup, and it's gonna be a 2 laps. All right. And that takes us to tier 18. We got speed record at Silverstone Grand Prix, so that's a lap. Hunter at Dubai International, so that's also a lap, not as long. Then we got a cup at Catalunya Grand Prix, 5 laps. All right, Catalunya Grand Prix is one of the shorter Grand Prix circuits, so I do like that circuit. It's a fun one. All right, then we got tier 19 autocross at Berlin circuit. And then we got a head-to-head at Laguna Seca, single lapper. And the cup for tier 19, Nürburgring Grand Prix, and it is going to be a 5-lap cup. So that's so far, I think, the longest cup we've got in this series. And then final tier 20, we got elimination at Hockenheim Grand Prix, speed snap at Daytona Motorcycle Course, and then the final cup is at the Red Bull Ring Spielberg Circuit Grand Prix, 7 laps. That circuit's pretty short though. Even though it's 7 laps, I still think the one at the Nürburgring might be the longest race, which basically translates to highest paying in terms of the, like fame points and the racing dollar that you earn by completing those or winning those events, right? So the 25% completion will take, since there are 54 events, like 51 trophy events and 3 time trials, and since you can bounce around in any order you want, the 25% completion will take 14 event completions, as in, like, if you go with the 14 trophy events, then you would need 14 gold trophies or something close to it. Or you can do 13 trophy events and a time trial, or some variations on that, right? And then 50% would take 27 event completion, right? And then the 75% completion would take 41 event completion, and of course 100% completion, you need to complete all 54. So yeah, there you have it. So hopefully you guys found the information here useful, since the entry fee for this series is quite high. So at least this way you get to know what you're buying yourself into, right? So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.